Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Alexis Monet, and before we get started, make sure you all hit that like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay everyone, so Latto recently released her single called Somebody, and in my opinion, I will say I do like this song. Now, do I think it's a major bop and a radio hit? Not necessarily. However, I do feel like it's a cutesy summer song. And the hook of the song may sound familiar to some people, especially people who know Aaliyah, the late singer who did pass in the early 2000s, but Latto is sampling her lyrics from her single Are You That Somebody? And many people have flipped the lyrics to that single, and I feel like Latto did a pretty good job. But the song did not do well on the Billboard charts because it did land at number 3 on Billboard's Bubbling Under. And unfortunately, that seems to be a trend lately with Latto's singles and her late releases, because all of her singles have landed either on Bubbling Under or very low on the Billboard Hot 100, and then seemingly would drop off soon after its debut. And it does seem like Latto is struggling to find a hit, and it does seem like she may be seeking some help from Nicki Minaj, because a fan posted, "Get Nicki on the remix if you can," and Latto replied okay under a post from a promotional video of Latto's song. And a lot of people do believe that Latto was just trolling and just trying to get people to talk about her single, which does promote the single as well, and it did work. But I highly doubt if those two will ever be on a song together, given the fact of what Latto did and how far she went by recording their phone call. Some things you really can never come back from. But moving along to other Nicki Minaj news. Now, Nicki was recently featured on Lil Wayne's album The Carter 6, and she was on the remix to this single called Band and N.O. And upon its release, the song did make it onto number 1 on US iTunes, and I will say, I don't believe this is Lil Wayne's best album in the Carter series. I will say it's not trash. I will give it a 6.5 out of 10, but Nicki coming onto the record did save it. And honestly, it gave people something to talk about. And Nicki did have a lot to say in her verse, but there are a few things that stuck out to me. She did go on to say, "Don't call me mother, you girls ain't my daughters," which a lot of people did assume that was a shot at female rappers. She also went on to say, "Man, these girls already fading like a barber." She went on by saying, "You reap what you sow, you better get a seamstress. When I dead 'em, I don't double back, peace sis. About to cop you some slides, all you do is flip flop." Now, a lot of people did assume those bars were towards Latto, JT, and Ice Spice, which I do agree with, and those bars could also apply to Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion as well. Nicki also went on to say, "They won't go farther, girls ain't got fathers. They know it don't decline, so they never face Carter. Every season in a win tour, 10-4 Gag City for the win tour." And in my opinion, those were also shots at Cardi B, Megan, and Doja as well, and could apply to the other female rappers too. Now, Nicki not only just whacked the females, she did come for the men as well. She did come for Jay-Z by saying, "NFL fire some people and then call us." Nicki also whacked Shannon Sharpe by saying, "If I send a pic of Shannon, you ain't that sharp." She also went on to say on a post on X, "Yeah, you thought I forgot about that Nicki Who-ish. You did, LMFAO. Ocho Cinco almost caught a strizzy just by being around your crazy self." Now, Shannon did go on to his show with Ocho Cinco and did apologize to Nicki formally and said it was a misunderstanding.
So wait, this is a whole misunderstanding.
She thought I'm tweeting back and forth. We talking about Nikki Haley.
Right.
Somebody out of the blue talking about, I'm like, why the hell, Nikki? I'm thinking, Nikki who? Nikki Haley want to come on my podcast? Why? What she got to say?
See, this is the complete misunderstanding. So, I gotta text my sis, man, and tell her, man, listen, sis, Uncle ain't mean no foul.
If somebody would have told me, Shannon, you gonna be in a rap song, I was like, who gonna rap about it? I sure wouldn't have thought it was gonna be Nicki Minaj put me in a rap song, and I sure didn't want to be in one like this. Nikki, I was not trying to be disrespectful. Of course, I know who you are. I would be remiss to say that I thought you knew who I was, or do you know anything about Club Shay Shay? I'm not that arrogant. I mean, I'm surprised, but it wasn't meant as a disrespect. I wasn't like, yes, I know who you are, but I've been going back and forth. We've been talking about Nikki Haley, so yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how do we, I'm supposed to like all of a sudden, man, Nicki Minaj. So, Nikki, I apologize. I meant no disrespect. You always have an open invitation if you ever want to come sit down and have a conversation, even if you just want to have a private conversation on the phone or something. It won't go any further between you and I. Leave it like that. But I didn't mean any disrespect.
Now, Nicki did respond to his apology by saying, LOL, well, we got a funny little rap bar out of it. Thank you, Shannon, because I was like, child, what I done done now? You never cleared it up for the Barbs, so I had to avenge them. Ocho Cinco, you know it's all love for life, but I know you laughed when you heard it. And that's funny because Mr. Shannon Sharpe said he did not want any problems with Miss Nicki and the Barbs. He came through and apologized quickly, but I do feel like Nicki's verse was good and it got a lot of people talking, and I do believe she did save Wayne's song and it turned out pretty good. Now moving along to the final topic. Now Cardi B has been out with her new boo Stefon Diggs, and they have been spotted out together a few times in public. And most recently, Cardi and Stefon were spotted out together at a salon, and while Cardi was walking around, people did notice when she did walk past the camera, she did look like she had a little baby bump. It also did look similar to when she was at Stefon's youth football camp, where she was there supporting him, but it did look like she also had a baby bump there. However, Cardi did just give birth to her daughter Blossom only about 7 to 8 months ago, so I do believe Cardi may have some leftover baby weight. Cardi was also spotted out during BET weekend, and people did capture her walking around, and she did also look like she had a baby bump then. Now, people would assume that Stefon would be her baby's daddy if she is pregnant, but I highly doubt Cardi is pregnant again. Honestly, babies are always a joy and to be welcome and just a blessing in general, but I feel like Cardi B is allegedly gearing up for this second sophomore album, and if she got pregnant again, I highly doubt she would put it out and go on tour and promote it and do the whole marketing thing, but I don't know. We will have to see. Only time will tell, but you let me know how you feel about these topics down below. Thank you again for joining me for yet another video, and until next time, bye.